just enough to ask, are Liam Neeson and Pamela Anderson actually dating?
It was really so much fun to go to work every day.
But I do just want to say, as a very old friend of yours, all of your friends are very much standing this relationship, as the kids say.
Before the cheek kiss that set London buzzing, before the playful TV bits and the are they or aren't they headlines, Liam Neeson did 3 things that told you exactly where this was headed, long before anyone said the word dating. He quietly broke his own no dating rule. He let the kids into the frame, and he accepted a silent family blessing that spoke louder than any statement. That's the answer hiding in plain sight to the title of this video. What did Liam do before dating Pamela Anderson? He opened the door to his life, to his sons, and to a future he'd once sworn off.
Liam and Pam, you two work so well together on screen. What did you do behind the scenes to help build this chemistry?
Nothing out of the ordinary.
Which brings us to the question everyone kept repeating. Are Liam Neeson and Pamela Anderson actually together? It was so much fun to go to work every day, they both said during the press run, a line that sounds routine until you watch how they said it and how their friends reacted. On air, a longtime friend teased that all their buddies were standing this connection. No hedging, no wink-wink, just a straightforward, we see it too. Then came the moment that sent a shock through Hollywood without a single word attached. Pamela posted a set of photos. Down in the comments, Natasha Richardson's sister, Jolie Richardson, typed 7 red hearts. No caption, no disclaimer, 7 hearts, full stop. If you know the history, you didn't read those as emojis. You read them as a blessing, an unobtrusive, graceful nod from the family closest to Liam's great loss. No press release needed.
I was told she was brain dead. And seeing this X-ray, it was like, wow. Yeah. But obviously she was on life support and stuff, and I went into her, and I just told her I loved her, said, sweetie, you're not coming back from this. You've banged your head. I don't know if you can hear me, but this is what's gone down. And we're bringing you back to New York. All your family and friends will come. And that was more or less it, you know.
But at that point, you didn't think that there was any hope?
She and I had made a pact. If any of us got into a vegetative state.
So how did a 58-year-old Baywatch icon and a 73-year-old action legend become the internet's favorite plot twist? Let's rewind to the part nobody wanted to take seriously. Not long before shooting the Naked Gun reboot, Liam had told outlets he wasn't interested in dating anymore. Too public, too messy, too heavy. He'd made peace with privacy. Then the call sheet paired him with Pamela, and the energy on that set took a different shape. This wasn't high-octane flirting or performative chemistry. It was small, domestic, and disarmingly sincere. Pamela started showing up with sourdough she'd made itself, tucking cookies into his dressing room, bringing the kind of brown muffins that turn a crew into evangelists. Dinners happened, but with assistants at the table, a boundary built into every bite. Pamela once described them as professionally romantic. The feeling was there, the guardrail stayed up. In a fall 2024 interview, Liam talked about his co-star with a softness that didn't read like promotional fluff. At the time, people shrugged it off as press tour sugar. In hindsight, it felt like something else entirely. A man hearing himself say what he was just beginning to admit. He wasn't acting, he was easing into a feeling.
Vegan poutine. But, you know, vegan, just don't look at the vegan part. Poutine, for me, vegan, yes, but poutine is French fries with gravy and cheese curds.
Poutine?
Yeah.
Is it a French word?
It's a French word.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's French, but it's like Québécois.
Oh my God, look at that.
The premiere run flipped the speculation into motion. In London on July 22nd, Pamela didn't just give him a friendly peck, she placed a kiss that lingered half a beat too long for just co-stars. Watch the lean in, watch the post-kiss breath out. It's the microsecond where you forget the cameras exist. TikTok slowed the moment frame by frame, like they were analyzing a Zapruder reel of romance. The consensus? That was not choreography. Berlin followed and looked like a movie, literally. The lighting softened, the bustle melted, and their eye contact locked in with that third act calm. 2 people quietly thrilled to be in the same orbit. The images didn't clang like publicity stills, they breathed. Comment section shifted from what if to it is, and the ship officially sailed. New York on July 28th is where the title of this video proves itself, because before any pair claims the word dating, there's one unmistakable threshold: family. Pamela arrived with Brandon and Dylan Lee. Liam brought Michelle and Daniel. The photo of all 4 sons together looked nothing like a stunt. It looked like reality. For Liam, who lost Natasha Richardson in 2009 and raised his boys with steadfast privacy, this was a line you don't cross unless the ground feels solid. For Pamela, who has rebuilt herself in full view of the world, This wasn't a fling photo op. This was trust. The next day, Pamela tossed a match onto the kindling. "Love is in the air," she wrote under a set of images where the two of them looked goofy, unposed, and unbothered. Daniel Neeson dropped fire emojis. The internet screamed, and suddenly the soft launch felt more like a candid launch. Hours later, they popped onto morning television and executed the lightest possible troll, pretending to get caught canoodling behind a set piece. When asked point blank if they were dating, Pamela answered with mischief, Liam with gentlemanly understatement. They met on set, they discovered a lovely budding chemistry, and that was that. Translation, we're letting you connect the dots, and yes, we know exactly what we're doing. By afternoon, people had the phrasing everyone was waiting for, a budding romance, the two clearly smitten, and suddenly the breadcrumbs, sourdough, brown muffins, chaperone dinners, the cheek kiss, lined up into a full loaf. The arc made sense. It wasn't a trick, it was a slow reveal. Then came the moment that, for many viewers, felt the most intimate precisely because it was so ordinary. On Watch What Happens Live, Pamela reached over and applied her own lip balm to Liam's mouth without thinking twice. No performance, no pretense, just a kind of tiny, familiar gesture couples don't realize they're doing in public. Daniel Neeson sat a few feet away. Andy Cohen asked the only question that mattered, does he approve? And the thumbs up came instantly. Andy, who was close to Natasha, called it the stamp of approval. The studio melted.
But I do just want to say, as a very old friend of yours, all of your friends are very much standing this relationship, as the kids say. Just want to say that.
Aw.
Right, Danny?
If it had stopped there, if it were only cute premieres and coy morning show answers, we'd still be talking. But then the endorsements started rolling in like confetti. Jamie Lee Curtis got emotional, blessing them with a kind of fierce tenderness. If love found them, let it live.
God bless them both. Leave them the f alone. Okay, it means they've, like, you know who it is? Liam Neeson and Pamela.
Yes! They
Have
hard
hard
launched
launched.
on the carpet.
They've hard launched.
That's phenomenal pop culture knowledge.
You know what? With all due respect to pop culture, if love has found their way into that relationship, God bless them both. Leave them the f alone and let them like each other, because both of them have had hardship and they're both beautiful human, makes me cry. They're beautiful human beings, and if they actually have found an intimate love with each other, we should all go to bed tonight feeling better.
The 66-year-old Halloween icon also shared how her personal experiences with Pamela and Liam reassure her that they both deserve happiness.
She's a beautiful person, because I worked with her on a movie.
Which
last
was an
Showgirl.
incredible movie, by the way.
She was fantastic, but she's a beautiful human being. And he also suffered an unimaginable loss, so young, and so, has had a really hard go of it. So if in fact these people have hard launched, then wish them the best and leave them alone.
Andy Cohen echoed the sentiment on his radio show, and in the strangest and sweetest chorus, Macaulay Culkin, Chelsea Handler, Vanessa Hudgens, and Patti Smith all took turns celebrating the pair, like Hollywood collectively decided that these two people had earned something uncomplicated and kind. Which circles us back to the 7 hearts. Of all the signals, Jolie Richardson's silent row of emojis carries a special weight. It's the Richardson family acknowledging a new chapter in Liam's life, with grace. No speeches, no headlines, just warmth. In a story where so much has been interpreted and overinterpreted, that subtle nod felt the truest line. Why does this pairing land so differently from the usual co-star chatter? Because it isn't built on spectacle, it's built on recovery. For Liam, this looks like the first serious relationship since losing the love of his life, a step he said he wasn't going to take, taken anyway, carefully and on his own terms. For Pamela, it's a continuation of a renaissance that the culture finally seems ready to acknowledge. She's a Golden Globe nominee, a woman whose humor and intelligence read as clearly as her kindness, now that the tabloid noise has receded. With Liam, she isn't being flattened into a trope, she's being seen. Also worth noting, how they're doing this. They're not hiding, but they're not exploiting it either. They let the camera catch what it can catch and hold the rest close. A wink for the morning shows, a breadcrumb on Instagram, a soft, you figure it out for the press. It's grown-up boundary setting disguised as flirtation, which may be why it's working. You don't have to shout when the truth is doing the talking. So, let's answer the title one more time, clean and clear. What did Liam Neeson do before dating Pamela Anderson? He made room. He let himself be cared for in small ways, bread baked by someone who didn't have to bake it. He let his sons and her sons share a frame, because if it isn't real, you don't invite the family. And he received a quiet blessing from the people whose blessing would matter most. 7 hearts, no translation required. Are they Hollywood's most unexpected power couple? Or did they just execute the slowest, classiest hard launch in recent memory? You tell me. Do they walk hand in hand down every red carpet from here on out? Or do they keep it private and let these little human moments do the work? Drop your predictions in the comments. If this twist warmed your heart even a little, hit like. For more celebrity stories that make you feel like you were there, subscribe and turn on notifications. There's always another curveball coming. And if you've got a duo even more unexpected than Liam and Pam, put their names below. I might have to investigate. Until then, I'll be watching to see if they go official, or keep letting the truth peek through the edges. Either way, the best plot lines in Hollywood are the ones you don't see coming.